gotta live for today and forget about the past. Fighting with yourself, fighting with your life.
And we're back. Yo, so happy to have Nas and the Lox be my first two album reviews. Just dope rappers, dope MCs, dope beats, and just that, you know, there's room for, as Hot 97, I heard Ebro say the other day, legacy acts. We're talking Living Off Xperience, brand new album number 4. Yes, these guys have been out a long time. Sheek, Styles, Jada, long time, and they only have 4 albums. But Jada has a lot of solos, Styles has solos, Sheek has solos. They've talked about it numerous times. They've had different contract problems with even the Rough Riders, with, you know, Diddy. And so just happy to see these guys release an album. It was kind of unexpected. I wasn't expecting it, but dope album. Dope album, and I'm going to get to what I don't like. But first, we always going to talk about what I do like about the album. The first 3 tracks to set the tone. It's produced by Swiss Beats and A-Rap Music, and that's Gave It To Him. Dope song, dope way to start the intro. Styles and Jada and Sheek bring you what they're known for, that street, those street lyrics. Jada's bringing, you know, the punchlines, and Sheek is just like the bully. That's what I would say. Sheek's the bully, Jada's the punchline, and Styles is like a mix of both, right? And Gave It To Him is a dope intro, all the way to The Move, and just the first 3 tracks are perfect. And then about that shit with DMX, some of you guys probably heard it. If you're watching this review, you probably heard it. Watch the video. It's a dope video. X, fresh off the versus battle, looks good, looks healthy, and he brings that aggression. He sounds like the, and then there was X, DMX on the hook, on the verse, talking about he's gonna keep stabbing cats after he kills them. Just a real dope verse from X. Jada and Styles and Sheek, they bring it. Scram Jones did the beat. Shout out to Scram Jones, dope producer, underrated producer. But DMX stole the show. The hook, his voice, the growl. I mean, I want to see him release an album. I think his momentum is really, really dope. It'd be really dope to see him with some, you know, fresh beats with his focus. And I hear that he's, you know, sober now. So that's a dope song. Speaking of The Move, Styles P had a funny line about making niggas look dumb like Mona Scott. If you don't know Mona Scott, who used to be, I think, like with Violator, and now is like into producing shows like rap, Love and Hip Hop, right? So he's just talking. So it was a dope line. I just had to put it out there. One thing about this album that I've noticed is that the production is dope. They have Scram Jones, Static Selector, Large Professor, the Swiss Beats, A-Rap Music, Scott Storch, Knots. So production-wise, this album is dope. Feature-wise, they have DMX, T-Pain, Jeremiah, Westside Gunn, Benny the Butcher, and a couple lesser-known singers on this album. But overall, the features are dope. When I seen the track list, and I'll get to it, everybody wanted to hear that Westside and Benny song. Let me tell you, it did not disappoint. Benny brought it, Jada brought it, Styles brought it, Sheek brought it, Large Professor. When you first hear that beat, it just brings you back to some early mid-90s. Jada had a line about being live at the barbecue and then opening the front door. So that's like a homage to Large Pro when he was with Main Source. Just a dope beat with some scratches. It kind of sound Primo-ish or maybe Large Pro-ish for those who are not familiar with Large Pro. He did, you know, some stuff off Illmatic. But yeah, that song was dope. The T-Pain, and I know some people seen T-Pain on there, and Jeremiah. Lox have always done songs like this. Lox have always done songs like, you know, I Need a Ride or Die Chick. That's the, you know, the Timberland beat. And the song with, I want to say the song with Jeremiah reminds me of that a little bit. That's produced by Scott Storch, who I think is also a protege of Dre and Timberland. So that kind of that's what it brought me to from the We Are the Streets album, I Need a Ride or Die Chick. I'm okay with those songs. I didn't skip them. I liked them. I'm okay. Like, I'm okay with those songs because Lox, they're from the Diddy era. They're from 96, 97, If You Think I'm Jiggy. They did songs with Mariah. Like, they know how to sprinkle some, little club joints and radio joints in there. And I'm okay with that from them. They do that well when it's a great beat. And T-Pain, the hook, it sounded fresh. It didn't sound outdated. It sounded modern. It sounded like something you would hear maybe on the radio. Nice overall joint. Not mad at that, to break up all the hard songs that were in the album. One of the things that I did not like about the album, that I'll go into deeper later, like, they got a song called My America. One of I think the most introspective song on the album, talking about, they don't get calls from their mom. They talking about just how the streets are, and how they, the streets ain't what they really seem, and social media and people fronting out here, and it just getting to them. And they just, just being very introspective. Styles, for you guys who don't know, he doesn't really talk about it on the album, but he lost a daughter a few years ago. And so I really like when the Lox really get introspective. Styles can do it well, Jada does it well, and Sheek actually had, I think, the best verse on that song. Because people always talk about Sheek as the weak link, but Sheek really brought it on this album, on a lot of the songs. And so he didn't really seem like the weak link to me on the songs that Jada and Styles were bringing it right here. When it comes to, the album placement, though, you had My America, and then I got to get this right. Net Worth is right after My America, and My America seemed like they was going to ride another wave of the album, and then Net Worth, a minute 50, sounds like a skit to me. Like, it sounds like a skit. It's only a minute 50, and they're kind of like flossing. It just didn't seem right with My America. The song placement didn't seem right. Then Dirty Dirty, that's one of the songs I am not feeling on the album. It's like a reggae joint. Like I said, My America seemed like they were going to take me on a different path on the album with introspective songs. They had the hard songs, then they had like some club songs, and they had the introspective, and then it brought it back to like club. But I didn't like this attempt from them. I didn't like Dirty Dirty. I listened to it once and gave it another spin, and it's just not something I'm going to listen to from them. And then back to back, they had another song called Commitment, where I get it, like they're talking about committing to their woman, and they're kind of talking about how they were wrong, and they want to be in a committed relationship, and it's really a grown man song, but the album placement didn't feel it for me. Like, I feel there's 14 songs on here, and I believe that this T-Pain song and the Jeremiah song are perfect right in the middle of the album. These songs are kind of towards the end of the album, and so it seemed like in the beginning, they had the Static Selector song, the Benny the Butcher song, all the hard songs, broke it up with the club songs, then My America, and maybe Loyalty and Love, which is the end song on this album. They could have finished it with that, and maybe kept it maybe 10, 11 songs. The Commitment song, Net Worth, and Dirty Dirty just didn't feel like they fit on this album. Living off Xperience. I mean, of course, life is full of different experiences, but they sounded like, grown men and mature and spread, like I said on that Nas album, where you sound like you're in a good space. Like, they really do sound like that on this album. It's really cohesive, but then those three songs and how they're placed, and it just didn't sound right with the album. That's my only critique. The album, the song placement, and also just those songs did not feel right for this album. Other than that, it's a really well put together album. I mean, really well put together. Besides those three songs, I think it's a good album. It's not a great album. It's a good album. It's not better than We Are the Streets. Is it, their first album? No. I like it better than Filthy America, and that was released in 2016. But I think those three songs are the only songs I would take off. Everything else is dope. If they would have either done more songs like My America mixed in, The Story, that's a dope joint too with Knots. Knots is really slept on and underrated as a producer as well. Like, yeah, I mean, the songs with Knots and Static, and all those songs are dope. Like, all those songs are dope, and I like the T-Pain song, the Jeremiah song. Lox do stuff like that, so I wasn't disappointed. But these three songs, it kind of messed up the album for me a little bit, because I was riding a wave, and then I got to the end of the album, and it's like, like I said. So overall, good album. If we are in the source, but we're not, I would say 4 mics or maybe 4 pints for the Lox. It's but it's refreshing to hear them, and they sound good together, and hopefully they keep the steam and we don't have to wait another 4 years into another album, and then hopefully they can, they can just do more songs like the X joint, the hard joints, and the introspective, because they've always done that well. They had songs with Mary on the first album talking about, I want to thank you, Heavenly Father, for shining your light on me. It's been a long time since I had someone to love. If you guys know about the first album, that's a dope joint. And so, yeah, My America kind of reminded me of that. And they do those songs well. They do the club songs well, but it's just those 3 songs I wasn't a fan of. So, anyways, I'm wrapping that up. Tell me, guys, what you think about the album. But it's worth a listen. It's 3 songs I would skip, but they may be for somebody. But overall, glad to hear these guys. Glad to see them back. Subscribe, like, comment, talk to me. I talk back. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.